2025, I joined a demo where in KSR, Santosh has told this. Okay, without cloud knowledge, it's very hard to survive. Note it down somewhere, and let's say after 5 years, what is going to happen? Okay, so with all that, thank you so much for joining today's session. So in today's session, we'll talk about what is this cloud data engineering, right? So this cloud data engineering, just leave the cloud. Let's talk about data engineering. So data engineering for the last 5, 6 years, th this word is becoming like a buzzword. So we'll figure out what as a data engineer you can do, what and all you're going to learn, and finally we'll see roadmap of data engineer. Okay. Now, most of you know me, but still it's my privilege to represent KSR Datavision. I have 11 years of IT experience, and all of 11 years I've been working with data. Right from the day one of my career, I've been working with data. I worked with data science projects, data analytics projects, and data engineering projects. Almost I've worked with 80 plus projects in my 11 years of experience. And with that, for today's agenda, we'll talk about what is this data engineering and why suddenly this is getting famous and in demand. We'll figure out the reason. And as in then, to understand data engineering, you need to understand a bit of layman explanation. So I'll be giving you that. Post that, we'll see, is this really important to learn? What if I skip it? What if I can choose any other technology? Yeah, we'll see that. We'll justify that as well. And finally, we'll also see the roadmap of being a data engineer. Last night, I had been to one restaurant. Last night, I had been to one restaurant. So the moment I entered, the ambience was so good. Everything was so good. I had a lot of expectations on the food as well. Then we went, we ordered food. Again, I repeat, the ambience was so good, right? The moment you enter, you will feel that freshness. Everything was good, right? Now, I can say it was a bit of hype. Everything was good. Now, the moment we go and order the food, there was a process. There was a process. What is that process? The guy came, he took the order. He clearly told that it will take 15-20 minutes. He told everything and he went. In between, a lot of other guys were coming and checking, is there everything fine? Is there anything they can do? Everything is fine. But the moment they kept the food for us, the food was below par. Now, doesn't matter how much money you're spending on your restaurant. If you don't have a proper chef, your entire business is going to go down. I repeat, doesn't matter how much money you spend on your infrastructure and ambience. If you don't have a proper chef, it's gone. Nothing can be done. But still, you go out to a roadside shop, right? You may not expect a good, great, or any good ambience there, but a good person with a very clean and hygiene food. And you can see people are rushing to eat that food, right? Because of the chef, because of the person who's cooking there. So end of the day, what you do, the process is important, right? A guy who is cooking very well is a very good chef. If he had a infrastructure like this, he would have made a $1 million company, right? $1 million restaurant. Now, if you go and analyze any restaurant, it's all we can relate about data engineering. How can we relate a normal restaurant to our data engineering work, right? Now, I will break down what you do in restaurants and what we do in data engineering. We'll try to correlate. So the first thing you need to understand is you guys are always finding difficult to understand subject because you don't relate that to your real world. With my personal experience, I'm telling you, if you want to remember forever, and the concepts you need to relate it, you always take as an example and you'll never forget it because you cannot keep on reading. We have already crossed that stage. No need to write notes, no need to mug up everything, no need to buy nothing. Just understand what we are doing. Try to relate with a similar use case. You will get it better. With that, let's understand the flow of a restaurant, how it works. Now, first thing is, if you are running a restaurant, you need to prepare food. For preparing food, what you need? What you need? You need to collect the ingredients, right? Without ingredients, what you will do? Different food requires different type of ingredients. Now, just before the restaurant starts at maybe 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, the first thing is they go and get all the groceries that is required for that particular day. That is ingredient sourcing. Now, if I want to talk in a technical term, it's all about collecting data. It's all about collecting data. Now you have a raw vegetables or a raw meat. Do you think you can directly use it for your food? Definitely no. You need to have bit of chopping and preparing, right? You need to prepare before you use. Now, if I relate that to our data engineering, it's all about data cleaning and data transformations. So you need to properly organize, you need to properly cut, you need to make it ready. Only then the chef can directly pick and use it, right? Now, here comes the main part. Now, your actual taste, the complete taste of the food is actually decided here. This is why I told you, if you don't have a proper chef, this stage, if it is spoiling, it will spoil the entire flow of the restaurant. See, I am not asking you to present it well. You don't keep flowers on top of that plate. Okay, even if it is not with a good presentation, if it is with good taste, that is what is needed for me, right? See, presentation and plating as a chef, I need not do. There is a guys who will do that in real time. If I want to tell, they're all called BI developers, Power BI developers, Tableau developers. Those are the developers. They'll arrange it properly and they will do it. My work is to just do the best way of cooking. Now, this is very, very important. This is very important. And that is what we guys are going to do. But we are going to do in the form of data processing. So data processing is equivalent to the way you prepare food, right? The way you prepare food is nothing but your data processing. Now, this is what happens in the backstage. This is what happens in the backstage. Now, if I want to talk technically, this three roles is what a data engineer is going to do. This two roles is what a data analyst is going to do. Don't look at the left side, look at the right side. Data collection, data cleaning, data transformation, data processing is what is a role of you all who is going to be a future data engineer. And if you look at the other two things, data visualization, trying to show the data to clients, we have data analyst. Now, you'll have a question, okay? The top three roles which we see, data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist. Now, where is data scientist? Well, for data scientist, let me tell you, let's say everything is good. Everything is good. Food is good. We have a great chef. We have a good ambience. Everything is good. But still customers are not coming to our hotel or restaurant. What's next? Now, data scientists are the guys who tries to give idea to improve the business, right? Everything is good, but still we don't get a proper customer's why. Now, this data scientists are the guys who apply some algorithms, machine learning algorithms, deep learning algorithms. They'll go back to history, historical data, right from the day one of my restaurant, what is happening, what was the price of each food, how to decide the price, right? So pricing, distribution, and tax, how the billing has to be done, and how to attract the customers. Now that is where they focus on. So data science is very closely related to improving the business. But that guy doesn't just work like that. He will always depend on data analysts. And data analysts will always depend on data engineer. So here, if you see, doesn't matter which domain you're working, what company you're working, what client you're working, end of the day, you need to have data engineers. Without data engineers, never expect any project in the real world. I've told you I've worked with 80 plus projects. You will not believe, you will not believe the amount of time I spend is more with data engineers than my family. That is what is happening. Every project, there will be a data engineers. Every project, you take any project, always there will be a data engineer. Without data engineer, there is no project at all, right? Now, let's take another example. Let's take another example. We all know this is a supermarket. Nowadays, supermarket is also very demand, right? There was a stage of my career where I was in school and colleges. What my mom used to do is, she used to send me to a milk shop. She used to send me to a vegetable shop. She used to send me a fruit shop. We were all like witness that, right? Just go back and rewind your brain. 20 years back, 15 years back, how the life was. Actually, life was so good without internet, right? It was so good. You know that every time you used to go and buy something in a different shops. Now, in this modern world, we know that we have a supermarket where everything can be purchased at one place, right from milk till whatever you want, like ice creams or chocolates, or snacks, groceries, vegetables, fruits, everything you'll get it. Everything you'll get it, right? So supermarket is a one place where you get everything. Now that is the reason nowadays everyone goes to supermarket, but ideally the guy who's running the supermarket, you know what is doing? The guy who's running the supermarket, you know why? What is he doing? Imagine the supermarket opens at 7 o'clock in the AM morning time, right? Imagine the supermarket is opening at 7 o'clock. This guy wakes up at 5 o'clock. Along with his team, he has 3 to 4 close friends. You know what he does? He goes to a milk shop, buys a milk in bulk, and gets and keep it in this supermarket. He goes to a fruit shop, he buys all the fruits in bulk, he comes here and he keeps it here. He arranges properly. Again, he go to a vegetable shop, he buys everything, he keeps here. That is what he's doing, nothing else. There is nothing a rocket science behind the running of a supermarket. Supermarket is all about he's getting from different places and he's storing it one place, and that is why it is getting famous. Because guys who come here will get everything what they want for that particular period, right? Now, if you want to run a supermarket business, very simple. You get all the fruits, vegetables, dairy products, and groceries, right? You get everything at one place, and the customers will definitely prefer because nowadays all the customers have become very lazy, including you, including me. If they're asking to go to 4 to 5 shops, who will go? We'll try to go for one place and get as much as we want, right? So we need the right products at the right time. And the nowadays you got habituated that you go there, you pull out the basket, you take out all the products you want, right? And that is how the trend has been. So more number of products, definitely will start visiting our supermarket. If supermarket does not have any products, always out of stock, it doesn't even feel like coming it, right? And the good thing is easy accessibility. Cost is also okay. And in fact, they would have arranged, if one packet you're going to take, they would have arranged in multiple count, right? And the good thing is they also give you offers, discounts, buy one, get one, right? Get one free one, whatever it is, right? So all of this is happening just because they're trying to bring everything into one place and they're going to attract the customers. Now, the same thing, if I want to relate this with again, a data engineer, as simple as that, supermarket is what you're going to build. We are all going to build a supermarket, as simple as that. But with a supermarket, you can see that the data, you can see that here it's a products. Just replace this products with the data. That is what you're going to build. If someone is asking in a very layman term, what is data engineering? You tell them that I'm going to build one supermarket. But that supermarket will not have products, will have data. Every single product that you see on screen is nothing but data. So you have to going to build a data warehouse. So entire target of you as a data engineer is you have to build a data warehouse. What is a data warehouse? The same one storage space where you can have a proper cleaned data, transform data, which is very helpful for customers to come and pick. Now that is what we are going to do. Again, if I want to go and relate that to a data engineering pipelines, first of all, you need to build the shelves. You need to have a proper space, right? You need to have some space. You need to have a proper shelves, and that is called data infrastructure. Whenever the products is been over, you need to replace that. Maybe we call it as a data pipeline creation. We need to arrange the products. We call it as a data modeling. We need to have a proper billing systems and the payment systems. I would say you need to connect to a gateway. So maybe payment gateway, I would say data connectivity and integration. Not everyone can come directly into my supermarket. I need to have some protection, maybe a security. This is called data security. In case if something happens to my power, let's say for the last 2 days, if there is no power, your refrigerators will not work, and whatever you're stored in the refrigerator, everything will go spoiled. So in order to have, I need a backup. Maybe I'll have a refrigerator backups or power backups. That is also called data backups and right data redundancy. And we have a daily cleaning and inventory audits, like that is nothing but data optimized and monitoring. So all of this I can always try to relate to our data engineers. So just think that, yes, my work is to build one supermarket, but that supermarket is going to be a data supermarket. So let's put it in a fancy word. We are going to build one data warehouse. So if we're all thinking what is going to be my role after learning this course, it's as simple as that. Let's go and build one data warehouse where the data is readily available for all the clients who come and access. Now with this, the top three technologies that you can always have is data analyst, data scientist, and business analyst. Undoubtedly, these are the top three. Undoubtedly, these are the top three. But you guys are all thinking, yeah, we started with a data engineer, but where does data engineer here? Data engineer is not a top skill. I repeat, I repeat, data engineering is not top skill. All the top skill depends on data engineers. Try to understand what I'm saying. Right? Data engineering is not the top skill, but all the top skills depends on data engineering. Without data engineering, there is nothing can happen in the real world. Now, just in the recent time, I don't know if you guys were in Bangalore. Saturday there was a Saturday or Friday, I don't know. There was a Karnataka Bandh, it seems. I don't know, right? If you're in Karnataka, you know it. So all the auto guys, auto drivers, and I think cab drivers, or they were doing strike. They were doing a strike. Okay, the way they were doing, saying, okay, will not run today, will not. So they have declared some holiday also to schools and colleges. That's what I read. That was the news on Saturday. These guys, drivers, auto drivers, just because they're not paid well, let's say that they are doing a strike. Just imagine, just imagine, what if all the data engineers do a strike? We are not going to work from tomorrow. We will not work. We are not paid enough. We will not work. If all the data engineers stop working, there will be a huge impact in all the technologies. I was just thinking, hey, what if one day we all data engineers, if we don't work? That's all gone. It's gone because without proper data management, to run your system is very, very hard. It's very, very hard, right? Now, let's see how the data is improving in the recent days. What is making the data to be captured like this? First of all, why we need to capture all this? Just like that, just put a question mark to you. Okay, let's go back to the old style of buying. Let's buy from different shops only. Why do you need to have a supermarket? Just go back to our past, right? Now, I'll talk about another use case where everyone would have purchased at least one product in Amazon till now, right? At least one product you should have purchased in Amazon. But while purchasing a product, we all know that Amazon does not manufacture any products. The work of Amazon is very simple. They just have a huge workspace, right? Like a data space storage where they dump all the products in their warehouse, and from there they deliver to the different customers. Mind it, I tell you one more time, Amazon does not manufacture any products. They only have a huge area. They have a large warehouse, so they'll go and dump every product into a bulk, and they will deliver depending on the demand, right? But whenever you buy a product, you always see something here. I don't know how many of you have observed this. If you have not observed this, directly go to your screen after the class, try to buy one product, and you'll see what is this, right? So that is nothing but this particular phone will be sold by some XYZ retail company and not the Amazon. Amazon will not take responsibility of this product. You're just buying it, you're just using as a platform. Everything else is taken care by the retail company, right? Now, there is a retail company called Apparel Retail Private Limited. From there itself, you get the product, correct? Now, what am I going to do? Let's say I buy another product. This time I go and buy some Vivo product. Now, this is actually purchased or sold by Market Toppers. So, Market Toppers is a private company which takes the responsibility of delivering this product to you, and they try to sell this for you, right? But just Amazon you're using as a platform, but everything else is taken care by this product, right? Now, what happens in the real world? Imagine we are talking to a Amazon CEO. Imagine we are talking to Amazon CEO. Just like we buy a different products, we have a different sellers. We have a different sellers. Retail seller, Apparel retail seller, right? Dantec Electronics, Swadesi Tough. All these are different retail sellers. Now, every seller has to go and report to our CEO saying that this much we have sold. Because Amazon has helped them to buy. Amazon is a platform which has helped the normal customers to go and buy. So this guy, intermediate guys have also made some good sales, right? So they have to go and inform CEO, right? Now the way it will work, solution one, these are the products that has been purchased from this retailer. This is a product from this is a product from this retail. Everything we are collecting in different file formats. CSV file formats, flat files, Excel files, JSON files, XML files, right? So all these are different files. Now all these different files, we have 5 people who is going and collecting that. Who is a 5 people who are going to collecting it, and all 5 people are bugging our CEO. How does it look like? How does it look like? All 5 people going and bugging them. This is a total sales. This is a total sales. This is a total sales. As a CEO of Amazon, I don't want to see this. I literally don't want to see this. What I really need is, why don't you collect all the information, store it in a place, store it in a place, do all the sort of analysis, cleaning, transformation, everything do here, and from then show that to a CEO. So how this looks like? How this looks like? In the previous example, all the 5 people going and troubling CEO, this is my report, this is my report, this is my report. Compared to that, this looks much decent. This is what I need. Okay, you give me one report which can give you everything what I ask. Doesn't matter which retail it is, doesn't matter who is selling this. I want a complete report. We have this, right? Now, forget about this. I'll give you another example. Let's say healthcare. Let's say healthcare. The moment you go to a doctor, he will ask you all the historical reports in order to judge what has happened, right? So nowadays, the healthcare has become so effective that you just wear a watch, smart watch. It can tell you what happened in the last 12 hours, the time you slept, right? What was your sleep time? What was your breathing efficiency? What was your oxygen rate? Every single information we are collecting in the background in the form of a smartwatch. You would have seen the advertisements of Apple phones. I mean, Apple watches, right? So Apple watches, they say that there was an Apple watch which detected the early heart attack. I don't know whether it's true or not, but you go and see, they'll inform this. Your like watch was able to predict some some abnormal in the your ECG graph. So people say that, right? Now, that is a use case of healthcare, right? Now, we collect all the data from the different devices, different systems, your past, and then we share it out to our doctors, correct? Now, we also have another use case called banking. So we just know what is this? We know only salary account. But you know what? There are so many accounts, cards, investments, loans. Now, all of this, if I want to run a bank, just keep aside of a supermarket, just think that you want to run a bank. Your bank is not only about one customer, it's about millions of customers, and in that millions of customers you have a different type of accounts, different type of cards, different type of investments, and different type of loans. Now how am I going to manage all this? You need a person who can do this for you, right? In the back end, there is a back end people who is needed. Those guys are nothing but data engineers. Forget about everything, yaar. Simple example. You guys have joined today's class for some course, right? You guys have joined today's class from some course. Your course can either be one among this. Like, how did you get to know the information about our course? From one among this. You guys are sitting in class. Either you got to know about us on Facebook, or you got a information, the meeting link on your WhatsApp, or either you would have got from Instagram or LinkedIn. Somewhere you have got the information about us that Monday morning we are starting a new batch. You have got the information, and that is why you are here, right? Now, the guys who are using Instagram very effectively or daily basis, they would have got to know from Instagram. So they will call in Instagram or they'll message in Instagram to check the details on this course. The guys who are very active on LinkedIn, they would be reaching us on LinkedIn chat. Similarly, WhatsApp, right? So we have a different platforms, the social media platforms, where we are getting a lot of requests and lot of leads. Now, if I go and collect this lead information from Facebook, we got 49 people. From Telegram, we got 81. WhatsApp, we got 101. LinkedIn, we got 204. So all these are the leads. When I say leads, those are all our students. Now, different students are reaching out to us from different platforms. Now, imagine we have 5 people in KSR who is actually collecting the data. One is collecting the data from Facebook, one is collecting from Telegram, one is collecting from WhatsApp, one is collecting from LinkedIn, one is collecting from Insta. Just imagine, okay? You all get frustrated when you are get a call from your banks or loans or credit cards, right? We always get that frustration. Usually Monday, more than my students calling me, lot of unnecessary spam calls I'll get it. Because my number is shared to such a way that everyone, they'll suddenly call, they'll ask, do you want a personal loan? They'll suddenly call and they'll say, do you want a credit card? They keep asking that. It's not only me, even you guys would have experienced, right? And the first thing which I always get frustrated is Bajaj Finance. Okay. I have posted one time on the on the Twitter itself. You know what I told? I clearly messaged them because the way they frustrated is too much. I don't know whether you guys have experienced this or not. Bajaj is one of the worst ever like service where they don't even think who is a valuable customer to call. They call for everyone. Even today, even after doing lot of multiple D&D, still I get calls from Bajaj. On one day I posted on the Twitter, is there anything I need to buy from you so that you don't call me? I'm ready to spend money, right? I'm ready to spend money. If you require, I can give you some 2,000 or 3,000 every week. But only thing is, please don't call me. Is there any payment offers? Is there anything that I can do? Is there anything I can pay so that you don't call me? And that is the day they stopped calling me. Simple, right? Now, like this, imagine you guys have requested through Instagram. And what if we keep on calling you? What if you keep on calling, tomorrow there is a class, tomorrow there is a class, please join, please join, please join. What you will do? You'll get that frustration. You'll get that frustration, right? Now, first of all, one call is fine. Okay, fine. We are starting a new batch. One call is fine. Imagine you are a person, you have messaged us through Instagram. You had also messaged us to WhatsApp to get the details of the course. Now, what happens? This person doesn't know that you have reached out to another person through WhatsApp. This person doesn't know that you have reached out to us through Instagram. So two different people. So what happens? The person from the KSR who's managing the Instagram contacts will call you one more time. The person who has taking care of the WhatsApp will again call you one more time. So from the KSR itself, you have got two calls. One course, you asked once, but we have got two calls. Now, this is where your frustration will start, right? Because internally, we are not coordinated. Internally, we are not coordinated. So we are tracking on the platform basis. And all the 5 guys in the KSR, if they go and keep on bugging the CEO of KSR saying that we got this many leads in WhatsApp, we got this many leads in Instagram, we got this many leads in LinkedIn. What is this? The CEO will be frustrated. What is this? Why 5 people are bugging me? Now, the same solution, what if I turn like this? You collect all the lead information and store it in the one place. And store it in the one place. I think a lot of KSR guys are also in this session. We have built our own CRM, customer data. We have built our own CRM. The purpose is this. We can track every single leads information here, whether we have already called or not. Have we informed the student or not? If it is we have informed, we will stop there. We will not recall again. We will not call again. That's what we try to avoid duplicate calls. We avoid duplicate calls. And that is where we maintain our one centralized data warehousing system. We have got all the data and we are storing somewhere, and that one report will show it to CEO. This is what we are going to propose a solution to all the companies. Let's not do individual reporting. Let's not do individual collections. Let's try to collect everything and sort at one place. And that is what we are going to do. Well, forget about everything. Whatever you have not understood, it's fine. But this example is a very straightforward example. Just imagine that you have logged into class by either one of the social media availability. Either you have reached out to us on Instagram or LinkedIn. But how are we tracking all this? We are storing everything into one place, and that's where we are running the CRM information. Right now, we are just talking about KSR. KSR is a very small company, right? It's a very small 6 years of a startup company. But just imagine, what if I get the data from a lot of social media platforms? There's a lot of applications, a lot of businesses running in the backend. Well, how are we going to manage the data? I myself to manage 500 students is getting difficult. But if you take about Amazon, Amazon has millions of customers. Facebook has millions of customers. WhatsApp is having millions of customers. So how are we managing all this? Right. So today you can just reach out to ChatGPT and Google and go and ask a simple question. How many users are there in WhatsApp? It will tell you. And this many users, how the messages are managed effectively with encryption and decryption. Now that's where they have built the engine, right? It's not that easy. We are all guys are at the consumer side. We just use it. You all guys use Instagram. You all guys use WhatsApp. But to build that system, you know how struggle it was? We don't know that, right? So all of these applications, you can see, I was a bit lazy enough. So I did not take after 2022, but we have 8.5 billion people on this earth by 2025, right? And in this 8 billion, we observe that nearly 4 billion people are using internet. And in that 4 billion people who are using internet, you can see that there are so many Android apps and there are so many Apple apps. So at least if you go and open your phone right away, you can just check after the class, minimum 25 applications you will have in your phone. And you know what? All the 25 applications doesn't work if you don't have an account. You need to have an account. You need to have registered. Only then it will work. WhatsApp, without registration, what your WhatsApp will work? Instagram, just one reel you can see. The next reel it will ask you to log in. That is where your accounts is important. So one person having 25 accounts in his phone multiplied by the average usage of the internet you do on daily basis is 1 GB. Just imagine 4 billion people are on this earth. How much of data that we are generating, right? And just to give you a glance, all this is happening in the last 20 years only. Before 20 years, there was nothing called data problem. But all this last 20 years, if you see, this is all is a problem, right? Because all these applications came into the market in the last 15, 20 years, right? So we are all uh, sharing WhatsApp status, right? I'm an RCB fan. So RCB won the first match in IPL versus Kolkata, right? So IPL fans, you may know it. IPL fans, you may know it. Day before yesterday, that was Saturday, we had the first IPL 18, right? And we have the first match between KKR and RCB. So RCB won. It was a very good match. The moment I completed the match, I came to my room. I was just seeing my phone. You'll not believe, you'll not believe, I literally had 415 status on RCB. Status. Everyone has put a status. RCB forever, RCB, play bold, this one, everything. And what if I tell you the inaugural IPL which happened in 2008, the first ever IPL, okay? The inaugural IPL which was started in 2008 and now we have 18th season. Now we are in the 18th season, right? So in the 18th season, everyone is talking about status. Everyone is messaging in the WhatsApp. They're sharing the messages, documents, PDFs, images, video calls, everything they're doing. What if I tell you when IPL was inaugurated in 2008, there was no WhatsApp. There was no WhatsApp. There was no one to share the status. There was no WhatsApp. That's a hard reality. In the last 15 years, you see a lot of innovations that is coming in, and everyone has started using the innovation, right? There was a time where you used to go to hotel and take a parcel, but now you just order it, you'll get it to your room. That's what is happening. Now, all this is actually making the data to be grow bigger and bigger. You will not believe every minute, every second, this much of data is getting generated. More than 3.7 billion humans are using internet. About 41 lakhs, 46,000 guys are watching YouTube videos every minute, right? You go to Instagram, you will see every minute 50,000 photos as getting uploaded. 50,000 photos every minute. 60 seconds. 60 seconds, you can see 46,000 messages, images has been uploaded. Now, where will I go and store all this? How to process it? Unless you step onto your ocean, you will never know how deep is the ocean, right? Because we just look at the high level, but what is happening inside, we don't know. That is what is happening. In nowadays, the biggest struggle that what we are facing at the company is how can we manage the data? How can we manage the data storage? How can we manage the data processing? Right? Now, this is the reason why nowadays data is getting huge in numbers. First of all, the biggest two culprits is internet users and smartphone users. Because of these two guys only, nowadays we are getting into a problem of data storage. Because of these two guys only, one is internet. See, a smartphone without internet, nothing you will do. Nothing you'll do. Okay. I asked one of my cousin, okay, I told him, see, I'll give you whatever you ask. I'll give you whatever you ask. You please don't use internet for 2 days. You can use your phone. You can use your phone, but don't use internet. You know what he said? What will I do without internet? Take you keep the phone also. That is what he told. Your phone or internet is related to each other. Without internet, you cannot use your phone. Right? It's waste. What you will do? Simply you have to scroll the old messages or what you will do. Not do anything. And it's a challenge for you. Just switch off your internet for 24 hours and stay with your phone. It's not possible, right? Now, the second thing is in this modern world, we have a lot of sensors, digital systems, right? Right from your CCTV camera to the health device, your watch, everything is capturing your live data, right? And your smart devices. IoT stands for Internet of Things, right? So I told you in the next 5 years, if you don't know the cloud, you will not be able to work in IT, right? I'll tell you one more shocking news about IoT. IoT stands for Internet of Things. Today, you buy a physical TV. In your home, you have a physical switches, right? Everything is there. You have a very big lock in your house, right? But I'll tell you, I'll tell you, 2035, are we going to meet again? Question mark. Are you going to remember me? Question mark. Am I going to remember this batch? Question mark. But in the next 10 years, let me tell you one thing. The guys who are building a new house, the guys who are like planning for a new house, let me tell you, 10 years down the line, there is not going to be any single switch in your house. Everything will be replaced with smart switches. You can switch off your fan, you can switch off your light, you can switch off your TV, everything with your smartphone. There is not going to be any physical TV. Your wall acts like a screen. where you can simply project the movie, project the things, and you can watch. There is not going to be any lock to your house. Your door will open based on your face recognition. Well, 2035, every single house will turn to smart house. 10 years back, you know how the situation was. And 10 years from now, I'm telling you, the situations will change. And all this is happening because Internet of Things. Everything works on internet. Right? And the most useful thing why the data is getting bigger and bigger because user-friendly usage. You need not master any education or schools or colleges or degrees to use your phone. Anyone can use the phone. In fact, your kids are using better than you. Now, all these are the reasons why data is getting bigger and bigger. Now we need to have two things. Where are we going to store this data first? How are we going to process it, right? Now, can we ignore it? Can we ignore it? Let's say I will not store this data at all. I'll not take care of it. Okay. Now, I was talking about KSR, right? So KSR was getting this much of data, this much of leads, this much of students are actually reached out to us with this. Okay. Just imagine only one person reached out to us in Telegram. Just one person reached out to us in Telegram. Okay. We have a good number in WhatsApp. We have a good number in Facebook. We have a good number in Instagram and LinkedIn. Only one person reached out to us in Telegram. Mahesh told me, okay, let's ignore this. Let's ignore that one lead. Let's ignore that one lead. We are going to take care of this. 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 Just only one person, right? Only one person. So let's not call him. Let's leave it. Let's close that. We'll focus on other things. I don't know whether you guys are sleeping or not. So let me ask this question. Can I ignore this person?
No.
Why?
No.
One
Loss in
person, right?
Okay.
What you will do with one
loss in
person?
loss in business.
Sorry?
Loss in business.
One person, what loss you'll have?
You can have the reference from him, right? He can refer some other students
You know
from
what?
that team.
Yeah, you know what? That one person was actually a college principal. If you had called this college principal, in case if you were able to convince him about our new course, that college students had 4,000 students. Somehow this college principal would have influenced that 4,000 students to join our batch. Just by missing out one lead, literally we would have lost 400 students. That's the hard reality of numbers. Your numbers are very, very sensitive. I may think, oh, one lead, forget it. What is he there? Forget it. But the one data that we are missing, see the amount of business he can bring. He may be a school principal. He may be a college principal. He may be a college HOD. He is getting a lot of students for us. So always remember, you cannot ignore data. Data can never be ignored. The importance that we give to the data, every single data point is very, very necessary for decision making. As simple as that, very simple. More data, more analysis, more results, more profit. The more and more you analyze, the more and more you improve, definitely you will be able to improve you as a business. And that is what is needed. So in the reality, if someone is asking, hey, that's fine, we will ignore this data. Well, remember that one data can be a turning point, right? That one data can be a turning point. So never ignore it. Try to figure out, try to justify what is there in that data point. So for us as a data engineer, working with every single data point is necessary, and it is a very critical in decision making, right? Now, Today morning, I told you in the class start as well. Monday, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because of traffic, right? Now, this is Bangalore. Okay. Very proud to say this is Bangalore. And this is Japan. You step out of your house at 9 o'clock, and in fact, I've already started thinking about that. I need to go to office today. Oh my God. If I think about the traffic, that's it. You'll get all sort of headaches. Jam-packed traffic in Bangalore. What is happening in Bangalore? The first problem is the roads or the way the traffic is managed is not good. So I can simply blame the infrastructure. I can simply blame the infrastructure. The visual which you're seeing on the left side, it's a Bangalore main areas traffic, right? Anyone from Bangalore? Anyone from Bangalore?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Can you guess that area?
It's Outer Ring Road
Outer Ring Road.
near to Silboard.
Very good. It's a silk board. It's a silk board. One of the worst ever traffic management is at silk board, right? Now, you can see there, suddenly all the places, all the roads, small roads, everywhere vehicles will start accumulating, and that leads to a traffic. Just imagine, just imagine, in Bangalore, we have 1 crore people, 1.3 crores, and the number of vehicles registered, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, is more than that actually. It's more than our population. Bangalore is the one place where we see more vehicles registered than the population, because every house we have 2 to 3 vehicles. Now, if you see here, always you'll get stuck in this traffic because suddenly the vehicles will start coming from all the directions. But you know, on the other side, even if double the vehicles comes in this way of design, let me tell you, it is always going to be a zero traffic. Now, I cannot blame Bangalore. I cannot blame Japan. I can only tell that the way this is handled is just because of infrastructure. Infrastructure, right? Now, just in the place of vehicles, just make it as data now. Now, if the data starts coming from the different systems without the control, the data will be jam packed in your system. You cannot run your business, right? I'm relating our data problem with a traffic problem. Suddenly, if just vehicles start coming from all the directions and they jam pack, you cannot move a single path, right? And but in Japan, even if 100 thousands or lakhs of vehicles comes a time, the way they have designed, the way they have designed will give you a very good infrastructure. Now, there is nothing to do with the country here. There is always to need to talk about infrastructure. Well, let me tell you one thing. This is a traffic that issue that our India is going to solve it. But similarly, if you take any application, the data is actually getting flowed from different system, and you are the guys who have to go and do this design. But I'm not asking you to build a road design, because we are not as civil engineers. We are not a civil engineers to go and build this design, but we are all data engineers who can help to build the infrastructure. And that infrastructure is nothing but the data pipelines. That's what we are going to build, right? But just a correlated slide here. What if suddenly data also starts flowing like this? Just like a traffic, where the vehicle starts flowing, what if the data also starts flowing? Well, that is where we have a problem, right? Do we have the capacity to handle? That's the biggest question mark. Can your system process the data? Yes, we need to think about it. Can your system handle varieties of data? You need to figure out. Now, the way you're going to solve this big data problem is what we are all going to handle it in the data engineering pipelines, right? Now, finally, I'm entering into the subject for you. If you're all thinking, oh, enough of stories. Now tell me, what is data engineering? Well, data engineering is a system that you need to build where it can effectively collect the data, which is called extract. E stands for extract. And you're all transforming the data. You're making it clean, you're making it organized, you're doing all the missing values, everything. You will do it. Duplicates, you will handle it. Everything will handle it. And finally, you will load it into a system. Well, this is a fancy word, data engineers. But before data engineers, we call them as ETL developers. Any ETL developers in the house, you can simply say that you are also a data engineer once upon a time. You're also a data engineer. Just the thing is, they have created a bit of hype and a bit of fancy word, data engineer. What a ETL developer is doing, the same thing data engineer also will do. What is ETL? Extraction, extracting the data from the different system, transforming accordingly. You do all the type of duplication handling, missing values, special characters, white spaces, some dirty data is there. Everything you will clean it and you will load it into the system. Now, this is what we call it as data engineers, right? Now, is it really needed? Definitely yes. Without data engineers, you cannot run the show, right? So data engineers gives you how the data can be moved into different speed, how the data can be transformed. And without data engineers, you will not have any data scientists, you will not have data analysts. And bringing all the data into one place is what we needed. And definitely it is needed because more data, definitely you can predict your business better, right? So this is what we have, taking this as one of the very important technology and role where we need people. Okay. Now, in the real world also, we get the data from different systems. This is one, this is one, this is one, this is one. So whatever I told that KSR is getting data from different social medias, I'm maintaining this as a technical word now. So all this are coming from different systems, and all this system data, I need to collect it at one place. I need to collect it at one place, and I need to showcase that to my clients. For that, I need to do reporting. But before I do reporting, I need to collect the data from different systems. And that is what we call it as ETL, extraction, transformations, and loading, right? So it's as simple as that, okay? This is nothing but your cupboard. If you open the cupboard, you'll see this. But I don't know whether you're a person A or person B. I am actually person A. If I open my cupboard, everything will fall like a earthquake, right? Everything will fall. But in reality, if you observe carefully, just let's say that today is Monday, I have to wear a formal t-shirt for my office. In order to search this, you'll have to take minimum 30 minutes, right? I'm not that lucky to get it in a minute. Lucky people, they can just pick from, they luckily get it, easily they'll get it. But I'm not that lucky. If I want to search one shirt, I'll take 30 minutes. But for dumping, I'll take just 5 minutes. What is dumping? I can simply go and dump it again. I'll take one shirt, I'll dump everything. But if you see the opposite one, for searching, I'll take only 1 minute because everything is organized. You want shoes, you want bag, you want your purse, you want your shirts, everything is 1 minute. But for dumping, I'll not call it as a dumping, I'll call it as organizing. You'll take minimum 30 minutes. But ideally speaking, this is so effective because you arrange it once. Anyone can come and search in 1 minute. But in the other case, dumping is 5 minutes, but searching is going to take good amount of time. for everyone. If person A or person B or person C, anyone comes, it will take some time. So always in life also, try to have organized life. Your unorganized life always leads to you to trouble, right? Forget about the clothes, forget about the data. In life also, try to be always organized, right? Now, with this, we already have many systems which can build a ETL for you, right? What do you mean by ETL? Extraction, transforming, and loading. So everything, we already have a lot of tools. We have SAS, we have Informatica, we have SQL Server, we have SAP, we have Oracle, we have Talent, we have IBM. Now, all this we already have in the market. But which are we going to learn? So definitely we are not going to learn anything among this because all these tools are going to be expired. It's not expired, but it is going to be expired because these are all the old tools which is not capable of handling your current data. Today, you go and use your 1100 or a 1 GB RAM. The first phone which I had was 512 MB. This is my RAM. The first phone which I had, very small smartphone I had was 512 MB. And today, your phone is coming with a RAM of 16 GB. That is how it is able to handle huge data. So all the applications which you see on the screen is a old data or an old application. I'm not saying that no one is using it. There are a lot of companies who are still using it, but they're planning to migrate to the new environment. In case if any of your friends, colleagues, your office mates, if they are going to start a new project on these tools, you can come and challenge me. I'll give you a blank check for you. I repeat my statement. In case if any one of your colleagues, friends, relatives are starting a new project with this tool, you come and inform me. I'll give you a blank check. But there are a lot of applications which is already existing, but they are going to migrate in the near future and we are moving out of these tools. So the question is, are we going to learn these tools? Definitely no. We have to learn a different technology and different tools because this type of on-premises has lot of problems. The first problem is maintenance cost. I cannot buy a software, I cannot buy a license, I cannot buy a high configuration system, and I need to put lot of money, right? And there's also risk of data loss. I'll tell you why the risk of data loss. Okay, now very simple. In Excel, we can store up to this much of records. In your databases, you can store up to this many much of records. Okay. Now, ideally, what I am doing is the entire KSR data, like all the students' information, fees, course details, how many students are there, how many students have got placed, everything actually I am tracking today. So if I go and show you my system, see, this is my system. In my system, I have 200 GB of C drive, 260 GB of D drive, 260 GB of F drive. So ideally, I have 1 terabyte. Now, this 1 terabyte of data, what I'm using in my laptop, everything is actually KSR data, right? Everything is KSR data. If I go and open and show you each and every folder, I will have all the students' information. And today I can proudly say that all the data is present in my system. But what happens suddenly if my laptop crashes? It's gone. It's gone, right? Now, today, assume that all our students' data is 1 terabyte. So where I'm tracking this 1 terabyte I'm tracking in my one laptop, and it is just 1 lakh, and the expenses 1 lakh only, right? One laptop, 1 lakh. Now imagine if tomorrow KSR is growing in such a way that if 1 terabytes become 10 terabytes, Can I buy 10 laptops? It will charge you just 10 lakhs. Can I? Can I buy this? 10 laptops?
No. No.
Why? Do you think KSR does not have 10 lakhs?
Not a good business solution.
Inefficient.
Well, today you will buy 10 systems. Tomorrow you will have to buy 100 laptops. Well, it's not about the price here. Who is going to take care of this? Who is going to take care of 10 systems? Right? Even Ramana, Ravana has only 10 heads, not 10 hands. Who will go and operate this? I need to hire 10 people. I need to hire 10 people. I need to pay them salary. Right? So it's very hard. So where can I go and store this? So that's the biggest challenge. So what if I give to you people? You guys can take care of my data. Imagine 10 people from KSR, the people who have joined today's demo. Imagine that you have got offer, a very good offer. So without paying you salary, if I ask you to work for KSR because you're grateful to us for getting a job, you will do it. 2 hours, 3 hours you will spend for it. But what is the risk? Your laptops, your cousins will use, your brothers will use. My KSR data, where I am storing in your laptop and I am giving to you, you will have complete control. Where is data security? Right? Companies also will be limited to use. Right? You need an extra IT support. If I want to store a simple Excel in your system, at least you need to have a Microsoft products, Office products you need to have. Okay, Microsoft product. That itself I need to pay, let's say 600 rupees. So 600 rupees into 10 system, I need to spend 6K for license. And suddenly you'll come and say, my mouse is not working, my keyboard is not working, my headphones is not working, my system has got corrupted, everything I need to fix. Who will fix? I have to fix because it's my data which is residing on your system. I need to take care of that expense. How will I handle all this? So well, with all this, it's not easy to maintain everything in the on-prem, right? It's not easy to maintain everything in on-prem. So what I'm going to do, let's try to find a way. Let's try to find a way. Buying 10 laptops is not at all going to help you. We're thinking, how are we going to manage the data? How are we going to manage data? What if suddenly number of students increases? What if the number of batches increases? We're all thinking. Then finally we was thinking like, let's not at all think about this. Now, suddenly someone from sky came to us and said that, hey, don't worry, guys. You don't pay 10 lakhs to your 10 systems. You give me 3 lakhs. You give me 3 lakhs. I will take care of your data with utmost care. We were like, who is that? Who is that? We were like, who is that? Who is a person who is going to help us? We were all struggling. And suddenly, like a moving star in the sky, someone came from sky and saying that, boss, you just give us 3 lakhs. I will take care of your data. I will take care of your data. And who is that? It's none other than cloud. So the person who's going to help us, it's cloud, right? So finally, you know what is data engineering now? You know what is data engineering? But in order to handle the data engineer pipelines, to manage the infrastructures, to manage a load, I cannot go and use any existing ETL tool because at one point of time, these are all the old tools for us. So I cannot buy 10 laptops to manage my 10 terabytes of data in KSR. I need to depend on someone. when we were all thinking, how are we going to manage the batches? How are we going to manage the students' information? Suddenly someone from the sky came to us and say that, hey, don't worry, I am going to help us. Which tool? What is that? So that's nothing but cloud. So we are going to learn cloud. In the start of the class, I also told you, if you don't know cloud, the next 5 years, it's going to be a very much difficult for you to survive in IT. The sooner you start, the better stable IT career you will have it. Okay. So today is a day one that you have started understanding about what is this data engineering, and we will be learning about cloud, right? Now, with all this, I will tell you in 2 minutes what is cloud. Okay, what is cloud? Let's say you guys are interested to buy a house, or you want to stay nearby your office. Just imagine that you're thinking to buy a house near your office. So let's see what is the complications that you will have to buy a house. Very simple. 80 lakhs is for new house. And thanks for staying in India. You have to pay registration, brokerage, right? And you guys need an excellent interior, another 10 lakhs. And all the electricity, all this all this plumbing works, everything maybe another 2 lakhs. Water connection, everything another 2 lakhs. Electricity meters and wiring, another 1 lakh. Maintenance cost minimum 5K per month, right? Now all this is an expense that will be added upon you if you're buying a and building a new house. New house, this is a cost. Property tax, maintenance, initial investment is 115 lakhs, that means 1.15 crores. Mind it, this is just a basic level. It can even go to 2 crores also, depending on your luxury. If you want to build a own house, I'm telling you, these are all the expense that will be needed, right? But why are you all so interested in buying house? I don't understand. As if you're going to take our home to our heaven. The day we die, nothing we take, right? So why are we going and struggling so hard? It's very, very hard to pay EMIs, right? I was just talking to two people, okay? I was just talking to two people. One guy is a chain smoker. Talking to this guy, chain smoker. I was giving him advice. Hey, why are you doing all this smoking and all? It's very bad to your health. I told him. There's another person who came, right? There's another person who came. I asked him the same question. Do you smoke? He said no. I asked him, do you drink? He said no. Do you involve in any drugs? He said no. So ideally, you're a guy with no bad habits. And he said yes. And this guy who has no bad habits is saying he's paying an EMI of 1,30,000 every month. Then I told him one thing, boss, you're more injurious than the other person because you carry something on your head which is always stress, which is more injurious to health rather than the guy who's smoking. EMIs are injurious to health. Simple. Buying a new house, taking a loan, giving all this. Who needs yar? Better, we can say in a rent house. We can say in a rent house. What is there? You can change your house whenever you want. You can go and settle there whenever you want. Right? No property tax, no maintenance tax, no renovation expense. And in fact, the most important thing is no worry at all. Every month pay 15,000. Job done. Right? So this is the same approach I'm going to fulfill now. I am not going to buy my own infrastructure. I am going to use someone's infrastructure and I'm going to work on data engineering pipelines. And that infrastructure is nothing but cloud computing. I'm not going to buy any systems for me. I'm not going to buy 10 laptops for me. I am just going to use someone's infrastructure and I'll pay them monthly rent. That is where I'm going to solve the problem. Okay. So with this, I'll stop the session for today. We will understand more on the cloud and we will see the roadmap in the next class. What are we going to learn as part of data engineering? What will be our course content? What will be our schedule for the next 100 days? Everything I'll tell you. So today, successfully you have completed your, first day. So we have 99 days to become your cloud data engineer. 99 days left. Today I've completed your day one. So 99 days left to become a cloud data engineer. Within 100 days, I can promise you, you can definitely be a effective data engineer who can go and work in any organization. So today we have seen what is this cloud data engineer. We'll focus more on cloud. How are we going to implement? What is the roadmap of course? What we are going to learn for this 100 days and how are we going to master it? And what are the job opportunities we have? Who can learn this? Who will be the right audience who can go for this course? What is the expected salary? All of this information, I'll share it tomorrow. So please join tomorrow's session again at 6:30. Okay, so I'll stop here. If you have any questions, you can ask. Any questions?
Hi, I just have one question about me. I have an experience of 6 years. I have 4 years experience in banking and 2 years experience in IT. Whereas I don't use any coding like what you have explained before in class, evening class. But I learned the SQL in proper way. When I entered into the IT also, they said that's related to SQL, but I'm not working on the internal tools. So will this match for me data engineering course? Because in the banking I worked as a data analyst. I mean, I used to work in Excel, mostly Excel and PowerPoint. I used to prepare the data of all the branches. So without having proper, I mean, I don't have the real-time experience on coding and or everything, but I'm good at SQL. I learned everything in SQL.
Okay. Uh, to summarize your question, you don't have any experience in coding, but you have SQL knowledge. See, in order to master data engineering, you need to know two things first. One is going to be SQL, one is going to be Python, which I'll be discussing tomorrow. But just to answer your question at this point of time, what you need to do is you need to learn, you already know SQL, you have to learn Python, but learning Python is not at all a difficult task, right? You need not be an expert. Okay, we are not expecting you to completely master Python. You have to learn every syntax. No, the world has changed now. We are in 2025. We have a lot of AI tools for us which can write the code. You just need to know what type of requirement you will get it. Okay, if I want, let's say I want to write one code, your Google will give you syntax, your chat GPT will give you syntax, right? Everything it will help you, but you need to know what questions you need to ask there. So simple, coding has changed now. You need not code every single line. There is a lot of tools which can give you a code. You just need to use effectively. So if you are fearing about code, then I can say that you need to think, you need to change your way of thinking. It's very easy if you just know how to use internet.
Yeah. So what you mean is that whatever the syllabus that you have covered in the sections, it will be okay for me, right? I mean, all
Yeah,
the.
everything we will be learning from scratch.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, thank you then. One more
Yeah,
thing.
Santosh just
Actually,
Mm.
I'm working in night shift, so my night shift will complete by 3. If I go with the recordings, so how can I clarify my doubts and everything?
See, once you join this course, immediately after the class, within 20-25 minutes, the recording will be available for you. You can go through recordings. You'll be added to a group, WhatsApp group. You can post your questions there. The guys who have already attended will answer you, or I will answer. So it's as simple as that. During your off time, we'll be working. My off time, you will be working. So it's like we will have to coordinate to each other. You can ask all your questions. We will help you out.
Yeah. Thank you then. Thank you.
Yeah, Santosh, just to extension of what Pawan was asking, myself also having a 10 plus years experience in IT, more around SQLs and the technologies. So I was a bit confused. Should I go for this data engineering course or the data scientist? I have basic knowledge of the data scientist, I have machine learning, etc.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, data science and data engineering are going to be in demand, but the actual problem is happening in the data engineering side. We don't have much of talents. If you compare the job opportunities, your data engineering has a lot of opportunities, and that doesn't mean that I'm putting down data science. Data science is also going to be effective, but the real challenge is the number of tools and technologies you learn. In data scientists, you need to be more of you need to think about business, you need to improve our thinking or how we can improve. You have to keep on analyzing, okay, what suggestions I can give, what ideas I can give. So if business is going down, they'll start questioning you. You need to build a model, you need to build a machine learning model, deep learning model, and you need to have a very good knowledge on mathematics and statistics if you want to master
Right.
data science. But here,
Yeah, I'm more around programming side. So what do you
so
suggest?
for you,
Like,
if you're in programming, you can opt for data engineering.
I have basic knowledge of Java plus expertise in SQLs.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Java also you need not need, you need Python. But since you
Okay.
already come from a Java background, your Python will be very easy.
Okay. So it would be good if I proceed with more around data Azure. I mean, these cloud transformations
See,
rather than
see,
data
personally,
science.
personally, I'll tell you, I have all three knowledge, right? So
Okay.
I can say that if I know all three, so definitely I can work on any technology. So what I would say
Mhm.
is you first learn data engineering, work for 2 years,
Okay.
then you learn data science. Not a big deal because you already know what is the root cause, what is the problems. Then
Yeah.
you can enhance your See, data science is on the top layer. First, you learn the
Mhm.
ground, you learn what is happening, then you go for data science. So learning and upskilling is
Yeah.
always advantage to your skill, right? But at
Yes.
this point
Even
of
I
time, you
was
can
noticing
opt
like
for,
the
yeah,
yeah, the jobs for data science are a bit less in Indian market as compared to data engineering.
yeah. And
I think.
nowadays, right, a lot of things you have to know. Like you have generative
Mhm.
AIs, you have to learn deep learning. So a lot of things are there. But
Yeah.
complexity is also increased, and there is a lot you need to learn.
Okay.
But
Okay.
coding, if you're good in coding, you need not think about business. Whatever happens, let it happen. I'm here to give you a proper data, clean data, organized data. Well, I can do all these things in data engineering.
Right. So as per this course, I mean, whatever we're going to cover in the next 5 months or so, so what level of experience we can learn around, I mean, to showcase our talent.
After learning this course, if you have attended all the 100 classes, if you have done all the assignments, homeworks, and the works which I give, you can showcase maximum of 5 years of experience.
Okay, so 4 to 5 we can show.
Yeah,
Okay, if
five
we learn
years.
properly.
5 years you can
Okay.
show. See,
Right.
I'm also
Okay.
working in data engineering for 10 years, but you cannot show 10 years, right? So I've been doing for 10 years, you have been learning
Correct.
in 5 months. So the maximum that you can show is 5 years. So 5 years, what extent you need to have knowledge, completely A to Z, we will teach you.
Okay, including the real streaming, etc. Whatever is
Yes.
there.
Yes. See, first of all, I'm not a trainer, okay? I've never been
Yeah.
trained anywhere. I am actually a mentor who
Yeah.
is working in organization. So whatever I teach, you can expect that this is what I'm doing in the real time. I'm a working
Correct.
employee.
Correct.
From there, I'll learn, I'll teach. I mean, I'm to whatever I'm doing, that only I'm explaining here. So I'm not coming by reading any books or documents. Simple as that.
Correct. Yeah. Thank you, Santosh. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, Santosh, hello.
Yeah.
Santosh, you gave the example of supermarket,
Mhm.
and in that supermarket there were around 7 to 8 steps, right? Data collection to data governance. So my doubt is, right, are all these 7 steps consist, like these 7 steps make data warehousing, or data warehousing is another thing?
Sorry, you're asking date we are getting from 7 to 8 data source.
There were 7 to 8 steps in while creating a supermarket, right? You
Mm-hmm.
gave that synopsis.
Yeah.
So, or are all these 8 steps make a data warehouse, or a data warehouse is something else?
See, collection of tables, collection of data as a clean data, organizing it, we call it as data warehouse.
Okay. And another that question that you collected the leads from different sources and you dump it in a like you use CRM tools, right? So is
Mm-hmm.
CRM another example of like a data warehouse? And
That's correct.
is
That's correct. Yes.
okay. And I was going through some podcasts and like I was seeing the syllabus. So like, do we need system design and like to in data engineering field like?
See, there is a lot of hype that has been created outside market. You need to know that, you need to know this, you need to know this and all. But ideally speaking, what I've been doing in the real-time data engineering projects, not at all required. Okay, you need to know how to code, you need to know how to explore, and you will also have to know how to solve your business problem. So if you're really going for an architect role, 15 years experience, 16 years experience, then you may have to focus on data structures, system data and all. But as of now, we have created the course content depending on the what we are doing in the real time. So you can blindly follow this. Maximum 5 years you can show as an experience here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Are we good?
Hi, Santosh, this is Akash.
Tell
Hello.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, Santosh, right now, currently I'm as a Power BI developer working. So I have 2 years, 2 to 3 years in Power BI and SQL.
See, your
I'm
voice is
aware of the
breaking. Voice is
uh,
breaking. I'm
now
not
it
able
is
to.
audible. Hello.
It's breaking.
Now it is audible.
It's still breaking. You're audible, but it's breaking.
Okay. Now it is better. I
Mm,
hope.
no. I think there is something wrong with your headphones. I think it's breaking. Voice is clear, but it's breaking.
Hello. Still it is breaking now.
Yeah, it's still breaking. Something wrong with your
Okay.
headphones, I guess. Can you drop a message in the chat?
Yeah, sure. I'll drop the message.
Hi,
Any other
Santosh.
questions? Yeah.
Sir, actually, we are covering Microsoft Fabric in this course.
Yeah, we are covering Fabric as well.
Okay. And how to register for this course? Actually, I joined recently.
So
So
you
I
can
don't
attend
think.
our free classes for 5 days. Today it's a day one. You attend for third day, fourth day. I'll help you with how you can register. You can always reach out to our concern team. Our team can help you in getting registered. But personally, I am requesting don't register now. You attend all the 5 classes. You see how we are teaching. Based on that, you join it. So we are not asking you fees on the day one or day two. You wait for first 5 days till Friday. You wait, understand all the concepts. Then if you are understanding everything without any doubt, then we will go and talk about registration.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Santosh, you told that SQL and Python is enough to learn the data science,
Mhm.
data engineering. But
Mm.
I don't know fully about the Excel. Is it okay? Is it fine?
Excel not required.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, hi.
Yeah.
Can I go next?
Yeah.
Okay. The question, the session you said it will be of 100 days, right?
Mhm.
Total session.
Mhm.
The timings will be same, like 6:30 to 8.
Yeah, 6:30 to 7:45.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that will be good. Like before starting the office.
Yeah, and at this point of time, you will have classes only from Monday to Friday. But as and then we proceed, we'll be doing a lot of projects on weekend. So Saturdays you may expect call as and then we move. But as of now, we have only Monday to Friday.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Santosh, hi Santosh.
Mm.
Hello.
Tell me, I can hear you.
Yeah. Do we need any prerequisites to join this?
Yeah, you need to understand what I'm speaking. That's it.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Everything else will be teach from scratch.
Because I'm completely from non-IT background.
Yeah, we will teach everything from scratch.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Santosh. Yeah.
So I have a couple of messages. Azure service, Databricks, yes, definitely we'll cover Databricks. Databricks is a main tool that we'll be learning. And talking about, can you please give a document to perform release and pull request in Azure DevOps? We will be teaching that as well. And Azure Analytics services are covered. Yes, Azure Analytics is covered. Python is also covered. We have designed this course so that you can come up with all the tools that is really required for real time. Please get the syllabus from our team, so our team can help you, right? And our course content is also available in our website. You can download it. Okay. So with that, please attend all the 5 days. You will definitely get more idea about this subject. Could you please assist? Could you please tell me any job assistance? See, when I say job assistance, we'll help you with resume preparation. We'll help you to understand your background. We'll prepare the resume for you. We'll take mock interviews for you. All this assistance we'll give you. And in case if any of our referrals we have with respect to any of our projects, we will also refer you. Please let me know is a combination of Azure Data Engineering Fabric. Yes, this is correct. We'll be learning Azure Data Engineering along with other clouds, and you will be learning Fabric as well. So tomorrow I'll walk you through the roadmap where you will understand what are the tools and technologies we'll be learning. Okay. So with that, we'll stop here for today. We'll continue tomorrow at 6:30. Please join on time. Thank you.